Hi guys, welcome to bekibtarot. My name's Becky. I'm a spiritual advisor, clairvoyant and energy reader. Okay, so this evening, let's see what the energy is. I'm going to try and get the all signs done. I'm feeling called to the all signs, so I'm going to try and do them tomorrow. Yeah, I hope everybody's good. You're in a good vibe. I've been alright. Bit hormonal. I'm in a very high sexual energy at the moment. Yeah, but apart from that, I'm feeling balanced. I hope everybody's doing their grounding. Let's carry on shuffling. But what came out was ascending as we move through winter. There's someone that's been through a dark night of the soul, compromising some kind of toxicity, either a toxic connection or toxic traits, toxic things, like fucking or anything, toxic drugs, drink, bad habits. But let's see, angel spirit. Okay, so they really want this one out. The devil bound. Someone's at a crossroads. Something they feel really tied to, feel like they've been tied to and stuck on it for a long time. For some of you, it might be a family member or someone you've created a family with, someone you've had children with. This person, like the other person, is really, I get them like over. So say you're the person that's been trying to like break free from a toxic energy or break free from feeling bound to someone or a connection. I feel like the other person in the connection is always like trying to tower over you, trying to be in control of you, trying to drain you. Like it's a real, they're always just trying to be over you, and you're almost just like, can you see you're hung down, your hair over your head, like trying to fight for dear life. Just leave that one out. I think for those of you that do have children with this person, I think you guys are not together, in separation. This person regrets not, either this person regrets like not just fucking messing up the connection and doing what they've done, or you regret creating a family with this person, one or the other. Oh my God, they're really jumping tonight. Material world, the answer is no, an inner child wounding. Or it's inner child, but I don't know why I said wounding. I'm getting the whole time you are dealing with this toxic connection, it feels like it's going to affect your finances until you've healed this inner child wounding that this connection is bringing up. You may notice that your finances always drop when you're dealing with this person. The answer is yes. Right, clarifying material world, and the answer is no. For some of you, it could be that you're just focusing on the material world and devoting yourself to that and staying in your pride and ego, or this person is staying devoted to their pride and ego, saying no to this connection and focusing on their material world. That feels like it fits for a lot of you. So what's this inner child? Clarify. Oh, you're both mirroring inner child wounding and learning that it's your free will how you handle this. It's your free will to work through the shadows and see, you know, come out at the light at the end, or to choose to not do the work. You cannot see the reason for this connection. You cannot see the offers that are coming for you. You can't see what's going to come after. But clarifying, the answer is yes. We've got self-worth, so choosing yourself no matter what, choosing to be happy, choosing not to settle, purging the old, purging the pain, purging the old way of living, your old mindsets, coming out of a dark night of the soul. whether that's you or the other person. Underlining energy is shadow work. Let's get one more for this lot. Soulmate. Okay. Basically, big dreams, guided, new direction. Basically, right? There's a connection that triggers both yours and the other person's inner child wounding, right? You mirror it back to each other in order to heal it. There's lots of confused energy of like why they're not offering, why are they not offering more to me? You're kind of unaware and unawakened to what this person can offer you. You or this person is staying devoted to their pride and ego, focusing on the material world and saying no to this connection whilst wanting it and feeling a very strong pull towards it at least. But until this inner child wounding or whatever, whether it's you, whether it was both of you, whether it's the other person, until this is cleared, it will stay in this darkness and toxic cycle, or this darkness and toxic energy. You need to purge this, purge the inner child wounding, purge all of that. By doing, how to do that is to choose your self-worth and go through the energies, ride through it, choose to do your shadow work, choose to face yourself. Like, it's hard to choose it. Like, you have to suffer the pain, and then the pain, as you work through the journey, the pain, like, the load gets lighter. But a lot of people are scared to just face it head on, and they try to avoid it and they numb it. And that's what's needed. That's what's not needed when you're going to do shadow work. It was 07:07 on the clock then. So in order to purge this shit, you've got to choose yourself. You've got to work through the darkness in order to either bring in a new soulmate, or to clear this in order for you and your soulmate to come together in a different energy. Awakening, third party, fifth dimension, new direction, karmic partner, compromise. So I feel like there was someone interfering in this connection. It does not have to be that they were sleeping with someone else and cheating. But what I'm going to say is, anybody that you've had a feeling about, you know, like that you know interferes, or they, like, you may not have been told, you may not have had evidence, but you know, your intuition tells you, you are correct. But this was to clear the karma. This person's got their own bad karma coming for interfering. But by you choosing a new direction and choosing yourself and choosing self-worth, you heal. You bring in the new soulmate, or this soulmate wakes up and does their fucking clearing of the karma and goes in a new direction as well. So together we're in pain, veering off, doing the healing, back together. Yeah? Any more on there? Whoa. Separation, reinvention. What did I just say? Come apart, heal, come back. Separation is so you can both heal and reinvent yourself. What's underlying energy? Ascending. Let's get another deck of cards. I heard manipulative. This person might have been quite manipulative, or the person that's always interfering in your connection is quite manipulative. I just had so much stress. So much stress. I want these ones. Okay. I'm hearing Sean Paul, get busy. So I think they want you to get busy choosing you. Focus, getting shit done. You need to get done, please. There's lots of chores, lots of things you need to get through. So get yourself busy, grounding, meditating, picking up new hobbies, working on yourself, new workout regime. Where are you being called to? You're being called to choose yourself. That's what you're being called to do. Warrior woman, take a break from this connection and stressing about it. Trust your path. You've been strong. You might still keep an eye on this person. You've been really strong. I feel there's blocked communication at the moment, whether that's like you actually got each other blocked or you just can't speak, but there's definitely some kind of block in the communication. They're asking you to break free of the stress of this connection and just walk, like trust your intuition and follow. There's a path you're being pulled towards. Flow with it, follow it, because it's going to pan out for the best. It's alright. Maybe jump. Yeah, they're saying like you've been training for this. You've been feeling this way for a little while. Yeah, you need to just make sure you're staying grounded in all of this. Go sit in nature, sit in front of a tree, god damn it. Nurture yourself. Anything else? Yeah, dance with life. They want you to find the whole playfulness and happiness in you in your life again. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking and keep facing your true north. You're overanalyzing a lot in your mind right now. They just want you to free yourself up, lighten the load, enjoy life, enjoy the little things, start changing up your routine, but know that you are mirroring yourself. And that little niggle you've got about someone feeding bullshit in the other person's ear or trying to steal the other person, you are correct. You are correct. Your intuition is correct, but it's not going to play. It's going to play out how it's supposed to play out. Bad karma for the other person, big time, for interfering. But I generally feel this connection is that's what I feel very strongly. Second card, no need to worry. So you're obviously up in your head and stressing and worrying, and they need you to let that go. Communicate clearly, yes, it's underlining energy and overlining energy. So the communication isn't clear at the moment, but it will be at some point. You're in recovery. They need you to just work on your recovery and healing and stop stressing and worrying. Take action, peaceful resolution. Take action in creating your new peace. Take action in creating peace in your life. Because as you take action to do that, you find your peace, everything calms down and more peace comes to you. You've got to get out of your head, man. You've got to get out of your head. So let's see what your person's energy is towards you right now. Let's just do this. So, what's your person's energy towards you right now at this moment in time? What's your person's heart space towards you? What's your person's thoughts towards you? And what's your person's 3D space towards you? Okay. Right. So the energy we have, the Empress. With this, I feel like they really see you as an Empress, whether you're male or female. They see you as, what I'm getting is a really creative energy. They see that you're able to create new beginnings no matter what is thrown at you, no matter where you're placed, no matter what the tools you've been given, you create it. You are an Empress that just creates, births new from pain, from negative, from any scenario. You can grow and create something amazing, and that's their energy towards you and how they see. Their heart space towards you, Ace of Swords reverse, which I'm getting is the blocked communication. And the mind games here, in their heart space, they're feeling there was a lot of negativity. They're really feeling it in their heart. They feel like they feel like you might have someone else, or seeing someone else, dating someone else, or you've had a third party behind their back. Even if you didn't, this is what this person might now be convincing themselves. I'm not gonna lie, I think this person might have a bit of either like some mental health problems, or they might, you know, people that smoke a lot of weed get very paranoid in their head. It's like something like that. They do want reconciliation. It's in the heart space. Ten of Cups in the heart space as well, but it's kind of at the moment being clouded by the block communication, thinking about mind games, thinking that there's other people involved, like you've got, maybe you had someone else, just, they're not in a good space in that. And I feel there's a lot of paranoia. You have one Eight of Cups. They feel like there's no success here and you've up and left completely the connection. If you've been pretending like you're all good, you've really done that well, because this person thinks you have literally walked away from the connection. But they're feeling obsessed. They can't stop going over how this is ending. They don't want this to, like, they're obsessed with this. I feel like you're both just in your head thinking about everything, every scenario, this, that, round, this, that. They're missing them, loving them, then just remembering something they did. It just constantly. Clarify on the Three of Pentacles, 3D space. See, my throat chakra's ticking. They really want to communicate. This person's just a bit all over the place. In their 3D space, they want to come in. Like, they want to come in and offer a cup. They want to come in and offer commitment, but they're not sure that you will work with them. They're not sure because they think that you don't give a shit. So then they want to, but they're not going to offer it. Not yet. So they're a bit stuck. Confusion. If they do, it's going to be on a page level. It's not going to be spectacular. Incoming King of Cups. The wheel's turning on the running away and deceptiveness. This person, you know, I said about someone interfering. This person may have run away from this connection straight to someone else, right? And they're back and forth because they want to come in towards you, but this person has issues, especially mental issues with paranoid. This person doesn't want to come in if they're not completely sure that you will say yes, which is ridiculous, but that's just what's coming through. So they're back and forth because they're like, do I do it? Do I not? If they ran towards someone else at some point, I don't think they're with this person or whatever, but it's hanging over them, as in, like, if they do come in and come towards you, then there's this big secret that they're holding in that you don't know about. And then there's that whole stress level of, like, do I tell them? But then if I don't, I'm starting this new stage on not a very good foundation. So they're holding back from the connection at the moment because of all of this. They feel like they're the ones that just completely contributed towards this ending in so many ways. It's a lot of burdens. I feel they were very in and out, a bit like lustful energy. It's all just catching up with them, to be honest. One more. They're just, the more they're trying to get clarity, the more confused they get, because then they're aware of their feelings and their feelings take them around to this. And then they're like, okay, so maybe I should come forward. But then they're like, oh no, but then what if you say no? Then what do I do? And then they're like, just like, oh, but then if I don't try, oh, but then if I do come forward, I'm gonna have to, what am I gonna do? Like, am I gonna lie? Oh, it's just, it's draining. For some of you, this person may have, like, met you and then made out very quickly like they wanted everything with you, but then they didn't show you that consistency when they were with you. And it's because they just lied at the beginning. They were like, yeah, I want it all with you. Didn't actually really have the depth to figuring that out or being committed to anyone or anything. But now that you've gone through all of this shit and you're separated, now they're like waking up to you being the empress energy, and that they actually do want everything with you, and they're just like, what the fuck did I do? And they're just confused because they don't understand what they've been doing. Like, what did I just do? If this person could say anything to you right now, what would they say? activate. They would say they regret lying to you, and they constantly are wondering if you're happy, like you're happy without them. They would let you know that they're constantly thinking about you, and everywhere they go, they're reminded of you. They're constantly looking out for you, hoping they'll run into you. But then they get scared in case they think about, oh, what if I did run into you? Confusing energy. I can't stop thinking about you. I hope that you can forgive me one day. I'm afraid to contact you. We've just run over that. We know this person's definitely afraid to push this forward in any way. So what's coming in for this connection? What's coming in over the next 2 months, next couple of months? What's coming in for this connection over the next couple of months, please? So what's that? That's hidden. It's a time to take action, hold your vision, bring love into the situation, and the energy is gaining momentum but on its side. So as the next couple of months move through, you are going to get communication, but it's going to be as the energy gains kind of momentum on both of your sides, because it's you both need to take action in different ways. You need to you both need to work on your child wounding, right? Issues, whatever, check yourself. What is it you need to heal? And what's affecting you. Over the next couple of months, you're gonna I think you're gonna work through your healing and start bringing the love back, like opening your heart chakra, being loving towards yourself, allowing that flow of loving energy to come back through. And that's gonna kick the momentum off, I feel, in this connection. The second your heart chakra reopens, because it tends to shut when you've had pain or betrayal, you kind of lock it off. And it's, yeah, reopening, so there's a nice flow, and then that's when it's going to pick up, and that's when there's going to be communication from this person, I feel. So let's see what I see with my third eye. Okay, so first of all, what I can see is, so if, to make this easy, I'm just going to say you, the viewer, are the person that has just got to go off and focus on healing, and this person has lied to you and done whatever to you. Like, you weren't the person that did the lying, you're not the person that did maybe some betrayal, you're not the person that kind of veered off or allowed other people in your connection. So if you're that person, then, and your other person's the one that did that, right? That's how I'm gonna explain this vision. So we've got the sea, and then we've got the person that did the lying or whatever, swimming really fast, like they're tiring themselves out, they're swimming, and they keep looking back at you, right? Like, oh, they're chasing me, it's too much, oh, they're coming after me, right? You are swimming, like just enjoying the water, you're swimming, you're flowing, you're not chasing after them, trying to, and this is what I said to you about this person's mind. Like I said, this person might smoke or take drugs that has them weirdly paranoid, or because they haven't healed their childhood wounding, it's affecting their perspective. Like, here's one, right? So my ex-partner grew up with no boundaries. He had shit parents. They didn't teach him anything, clearly. They didn't teach him morals. He had no boundaries. Boundaries are healthy. Boundaries I put up for my children are to keep them safe, right? So because he didn't have any of this, when he deals with anything in his life, or a commitment, like a relationship, just normal boundaries that you put up, like to be healthy and to be, that you'd expect, like being in a relationship with someone, he was convinced it's control. You're trying to control me. Why? Because he's used to being in an open field of space, and he's never in his life grown up with any boundaries. So when you just put normal, healthy boundaries for the connection, putting the boundaries around both of you, he's like, you're trying to control me, it's too much, you can't deal with it. And he also doesn't understand that he drains you when you put, like, he has no respect for other people's boundaries because he doesn't understand what they are. Like, ridiculous. Like, you'll be like, oh, just so many things, like, I cannot explain to you. Just push in on every boundary I ever set, and it was so exhausting. It was like, just fucking get out of my energy, because he just doesn't understand. And that's the same thing. It's like growing up, if you've not had that, it's that same perspective. Like, your perspective is what's the word, warped. And that's what this person, like, they're swimming, they've managed to get in front of you, they're like all panicking about being in front of you. That's a bit of a competitive energy, but it's like, get in front of you so that they're in front, and then they're like, fucking, honestly, like, it's exhausting. They're like trying to get, and then they're looking back like they're coming, and you are just free flowing with the energy, with the water, looking around. I hope you're grasping that metaphor, right? This person is exhausting themselves whilst you're just moving with the water. Like, you know, when you're in water, like, you know, if you tread water, yeah, when you're treading, you're upright and you just move your arms and your legs a tiny bit. You're working with the water, aren't you, to keep yourself up. You don't have to go crazy, you just work with it. And that's what you're doing as you swim, you're flowing. This person is absolutely draining themselves. So because they're draining themselves, they're getting really tired and they're slowing down. So gradually you are coming closer, and they're just freaking out, like freaking out. And then when you get to them, because they're just like losing the shit, right? They're being made to have to kind of stop swimming and just float on their back or whatever, just float for a bit, because they physically can't swim anymore. They're exhausting, but you're just oblivious to all of this, and you come and you're just like, oh, and then as you come up to them, you're like looking at their face, because they're all like, it's like angry and flustered and whatever, and they're just weird, and you're just like you was gonna be like, oh hi, you weren't gonna stop, but you was gonna, just because you're moving nice and slowly, you were gonna say like hi and just carry on swimming. And you got to them, and it was so weird that you're like, you didn't say hi, and you just carry on swimming past them, like a bit confused, but enjoying the view, enjoying the movement of energy and flow, working with the water. And you're a bit like, well, that was weird. They're confused. I don't know what they were expecting. It's like if you caught up with them, they was expecting you to do something. I don't know what it was. They were, okay, so check this. So because they were swimming crazy and like draining themselves, they thought you was as well. Like, you was like, gotta get there. And the reason why they were panicking and getting all crazy about it, because, check this, they thought that you were struggling to breathe as well with your exhaustion. How they are like struggling to breathe because they're getting so tired. They thought if you got to them, you would use them to push yourself up. Have you ever seen anyone panicking? Like, have you ever seen someone that's panicking like they're gonna drown, right? This is why I teach. I'm a fully qualified swimming instructor, and I have to tell children, if there is ever anybody drowning, like their friend, if they've gone to a park and there's a lake, they must not ever jump in after them. Like, if there is a friend like panicking in deep water, you must never go in. Just don't go in after them. Why? Because when someone is panicking and drowning and are just lost in that freaking out, the second you get close, the first thing they're going to do is, in panic, is grab you. It doesn't matter who you are, who they're in panic mode, they will shove you under to get air, and they will drown you, right? And that's what I'm seeing, is they were panicking and freaking out and whatever, because they thought that you were so exhausted, like they were trying to breathe, because this is how they go through life, and this is how deceptive they are. They would push people under for air, but you are not that person, because you know how to move in water. You flow, and you know when to take, like, it's coming through, like, you know when to take breaks. So if you did feel tired, you just roll onto your back and allow the current to take you, even if you went slightly off course. Yeah, so you're headed here, you've been swimming, getting a bit tired, you felt like, I'm just going to float for a bit. You know when to take a rest. So you'd flip onto your back, just be in your thoughts and breathe and take that time to let the current take you, and then you will flip around and you will carry on swimming, because you know that you will get there eventually. So this person is in shock. They were forced to have to flip onto their back and float and stop panically swimming. That's draining them. They couldn't get anywhere else, so they had to stop. Like I said, you was all ready to be like, oh hi, like, how are you? Just like, I hope you're well, whilst you either swam past them, or even if you were swimming at the same speed, have a nice conversation. You was very chill. So they carry on freaking out, but so you end up just swimming past them, a bit confused and not really sure what the hell is wrong with them and why they're so angry at you. So you're like, anyway, you carry on with your swim. You don't turn around and look back, because you're like, I'm not even gonna turn around. Like, it's very strange. I don't know why that person was really odd with me, why they're so angry at me. Like I'm getting, because they rushed off forward to create that gap, you feel like, I haven't even, because that gap was there and it took you some time, because you slowly, do you know what I mean? You wasn't in a rush, you was just taking your time. So it wasn't quick for you to kind of catch up. So there's been such a gap, which I get is in like no talking, no speaking. That person was so in front. So you were like, well confused, because how can they be angry at me? Like, it's been so long since I've even seen them. It's been so long since we first got in the water. Do you know what I mean? So you're just swimming a bit like, you're a bit in your head, because you're like, that's really weird. Like, why? They're so angry at me. Like, I haven't done anything. Why are they? And that's where projection is. So they thought you was like them. They thought you were coming for them. And because they haven't done, there's inner child wounding, which all they are is used to people that would pull them down so they could breathe. They've never known someone that just flows with their own and would never do that. That's interfering in someone else's. Like, you're not there for that. You're just about you and your journey and getting to where you're trying to get to. So it's a big lesson for this other person, because they exhausted them trying to run away, like swim away from you really fast, exhausted themselves, which there was no need to do. You was never gonna come after them and drown them. And then they had all this wasted energy of like anger towards you when you haven't done anything. It's all, that's what I said earlier, it's all in their head. And it's all in their head because of how they've grown up and everybody they've had around them, and because they were dumb enough not to see like who you really are. I don't think this person ever took the time to actually see who you really are and see that you would never, because they were too in their own stuck, selfish, like just not being able to broaden their mind. So you carry on swimming and you get to the shore. You were in your head the whole time you were swimming the rest of that way, like, I still can't believe that was really fucking weird. Like, I only wanted to say hi, but whatever. And then you get out, and I see you just going onto land. And I feel this person will make it onto land, but where they were rushing now, because when you went past and you were a bit like, okay, and you didn't go near and you didn't try to drown them, they've gone from really rushing to get there to slowing down in shock, is how I feel. Like, they floated on their back, confused, because they generally thought that you would come and drown them, like push them under so you could breathe. And they generally thought you were rushing the way they were. And then after seeing you so casually swim, they're just confused at first. So they're on their back, in their head, like, at first it was like, what are they up to? Why are they pretending that they've been swimming all nicely? And then the longer because this person had to take a massive rest because of how hard they were swimming away finally, because they were made to float, every time they kept trying to go to swim, their whole body was exhausted, so they had to float for ages. And it really shot themselves in the foot. So all that hard swimming, they ended up the current taking them quite far off path. And by the time their body was ready to allow them to start swimming again, they'd gone round everything in their mind and finally have done some healing mentally and realised, oh my God, it's me. That person was never swimming hard to come for me, to get in front, to push me down. It was all me in my mind. And I wasted all of that time trying to get in front of them. I wasted all that energy panicking, and all I've done is taken myself completely off path, veer away for an illusion. So then and because of that understanding, healing and seeing you, they start learning to swim now with the water, with the flow, and whilst swimming, actually acknowledging the world around them whilst they swim, not just focused on one person and gotta beat them and all of this shit in their head. Actually swimming, working with water, flowing and taking everything in, the views, everything. So this person has to like basically begin again because they flowed so far off and start heading towards the land. And that's a long time. They will continue to swim slow. They've learnt the lesson with that, but it's a long time with them being sat with the realization of, fucking hell, what did I do? Why did I do that? By the time they make it to land, they are quite a different person. Like, they've really had so much time to think about all that they've been doing, everything they've done, and how weird they are, and how their mindset was, and how they need to learn to see people and not assume everybody's a certain way. But I do feel like this person was I feel like this person really wasn't rushing as well, because they were embarrassed. They were embarrassed to kind of come onto the land not long after you, because it's embarrassing with them flapping about in front of you trying to get all this distance, and you've been like, what the fuck are they doing? Why are they swimming so hard? Why are they doing that? That's just going to drain them. I just heard I want to marry you. I just saw it, but I don't want to. It feels like when they reach the lands, I think they'll just see you all in your glory and just everything that you create. And I'm just seeing like watery eyes, and I'm looking at you, and they're just like, I want to marry you. So yeah, that was a long vision. I hope that makes sense, like the metaphors and all the crypticness. It makes a lot of sense to me. So just keep flowing in your stride of life, appreciating the views and everything, because you are headed towards your land. You are. And you are soon to be there on dry land, sturdy, not swimming in the water. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and it helps us to connect, so more of my videos will resonate with you. If you're interested in a private reading, info is in the box down below, and in the meantime, I send you so much love and light. Bye.